said that a woman is a full circle. Inside her, she has the power to create, nurture and transform. Hello and welcome to this very special episode of Newsmakers, the show where we bring to you transformational personalities and their success stories from various walks of life. And here, my dear friends, today we are celebrating International Women's Day, and it's a very special episode. We are going to be talking about the strengths, the resilience, the challenges women face all through their life. And here today on our Newsmakers episode, we are so grateful that we have just not one, 4 different panelists and 4 very charming personalities who are going to share their success stories and how they are working towards progressive India. So please allow me to welcome our first guest, who is Shilpa Bhandari. She is a life coach and she is also a sound healer and she is a psychotherapist. A very warm welcome, Shilpa.
Thank you.
It's a great pleasure to have you. Our second very gorgeous panelist is Neha Gupta. She is a wellness coach and a health coach, and she is also an entrepreneur. A very warm welcome to you as well.
Happy to be here.
We are so grateful to be having you. Like I always said, that you are such a calm person. Please allow me to welcome Shikha Kapoor. She's a life coach. She's a healer. She's a NLP practitioner, and she's also a motivational speaker. A very warm welcome to you.
Thank you.
And we have another gorgeous guest that we have. She's Arpita Juneja, and she's a therapist and motivational speaker as well. What a scene to have. We've got 4 different people working in different modalities and making their life successful. A very warm welcome to all of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
So we would like to start with you, Shilpa. Well, you are a life coach and a sound healer, right? And why, like, I wonder that here you have reached to this level in your life. It's not that easy because, you know, we all go through a lot, and reaching to this journey, like, you know, to this place, there must have been some journey. There must have been something which inspired you to be this. Please tell us all about that.
So the inspiration comes from my childhood. When I was in school, I noticed that I was always there, you know, rescuing all the women who were getting into relationships and not recognizing that it's toxic.
Okay.
And I was healing them, I was counseling them, doing talk therapy without realizing. And when I was graduating, one of my uncles was a psychiatrist. He recognized that talent in me and he said, you should pursue psychotherapy because you have that convincing power and you have that zeal in you that you can actually change and transform people and get them out from their shithole. So that inspired me to study psychology, understand human behavior and get into it and help people. And that took me to another level because talk therapy is limited and I wanted to get deep inside, and that's how I met my mentor and I started my journey in becoming a life coach. I started learning different modalities of healing, Reiki, everything I could do to help people and make world a better place for them to live. Thank you.
Such a great thing to know. So viewers, you know here that when we talked to Shilpa, we just got to know that she had this thing in her since she was a small child. Like you always had the zest of helping people. Now I would like to come to you, Neha. Neha, you are a health and a wellness coach. A very important question for all my women friends. Now here, this time is such that we all have to be very healthy. Of course, that's the need of the hour and it should be. But body shaming is one thing that we are all suffering. Like most of, even if you're lean or if you're on a heavier side. Now, when you are a wellness coach and a health coach, now this comes as a health coach, I'm sure you must be telling people to eat well.
Right.
Now, please tell us that how do you help them to maintain that calm? Okay, if I'm at a heavier side, I look nice.
So, firstly, Simran, I'm going to address it. Like you also said, a health coach is not restricted to food and eating well. That's the first myth that I want to break. We are not talking about nutrition. We are talking about health within, our emotional health. So when you talk about body shaming, when you talk about any of these things, it comes from within. If you are feeling good within, no matter you're 150 kgs or you are the perfect size 0, you are going to exuberate that wellness, and that is what is going to be shown. So the biggest myth I as a health coach would counsel anyone is the food you eat of course shows what you are, but it's your thoughts, it's your inner world, which is actually contributing 75% of what you are showing, more than just the food. So food is a very small part of it. Whereas in today's world, we put the entire focus on that. And yeah, that would be my biggest message, that it's basically from within you. You have to work on your thoughts, your feelings, your overall mental wellness. And that is what shows in the
What a wonderful thing that we just got to know from a wellness coach. She just now told us that it is not about, being, into this fad diet and everything. All that you have to do is be happy inside.
Yes.
Make yourself happy, and then, of course, you have a great body. Moving on to you, like I told you, very calm and composed person. Please tell me, how do you manage to be this calm? And how have you reached this journey of becoming a life coach? There's so many things that you're doing.
You always have 3 Ds. You always keep 3 Ds in your mind. They are discipline, desire, and determination. This made me calm and composed. And it was not an easy journey, being a housewife, joining the family business, and then looking after children. And then there I realized that when women crowd came closer to me at my workplace, I used to sort them out like nuts.
Oh, wow.
Very easily I used to sort all the problems. And then I realized all the counseling spirit in me, and then I realized that I should be a mentor. I can easily mentor people and sort out their big problems while talking only.
Wow.
Side by side I started learning NLP, and during my NLP training only, I realized I used to work practically on people one to one. Then and there only I used to realize. And there are few modalities like making a small circle and just tapping into that circle and just being in your own power. And those small things used to help other people. And that made me realize that I can be a life coach and motivate other people too.
Superb,
Yeah.
superb. That's such a great thing to know, that from, like, you were also the one from initial stage of your life that you could just, give that calm which you're right now carrying.
Yes.
Now I would want to talk to Arpita. You say that you're a therapist and you're also a life coach.
Yes.
Now it's a very big statement when you say you're a therapist. Please tell us, what inspired you to be one?
All right. So the life which I have been in has not been bed of roses for me. So from my childhood only, I was conscious all the time. Whether I was doing something good or bad, I was always conscious that this is going to come in my life someday. So in my journey only, there were some difficulties which I encompassed, and I won through them by being conscious and by changing my mental scripting.
Okay.
Like my mental thought pattern, my feelings and everything. I worked a lot on myself, and from a very negative state of my life, I came into a very positive being. So that inspired me basically, that if I can be my own therapist, like, and if I can heal myself, then this urge came in myself that I have to now heal many of the people who are around me, and I can be a coach to them, and I can help them address their emotional, their feelings, their thought patterns, and help them to grow whatever they want to become in life to that level. Because when you have applied something on yourself and you have changed your energies and everything, so it becomes quite easy for you to direct the other also to that path. So this inspired me that, Arpita, if you have changed your life working on yourself, so now is the time that the world needs you.
Wow.
And so I came into therapy and life coaching.
Superb. So we also know, viewers, I have to tell you, Arpita is also a maths teacher.
Yeah, I was
she's
into
been-
education basically.
Yes.
I was an educationist. I have taught in IB schools. I've taught
Wow.
in Janki Devi, then GD Goenka, and also get admitted in Pathways, that I joined Pathways as well. So working on with children now, I realize the time has come. I've taught children enough now. There are many teachers, they can take care of them. Now I have to teach elder people now. So this inspired me, like अब बड़ों को पढ़ाएंगे, अब अपनी life का importance, and even children, because I realize बच्चों के अंदर self love, सेल्फ एक्सेप्टेंस, बुलिंग, ये सब चीज़ें हैं जो उनका बड़ापन शेप कर रहा है, राइट. सो आई वांटेड ऑलवेज कि I'll be definitely going to children as well, teaching them self-loving and what all I think is more important than the textbook knowledge.
Okay.
Yes, so I'll be moving towards that as well, but then I realized that अब बड़ों को पढ़ाना है, बहुत बच्चों को पढ़ा लिया, now
So
moving
now
towards
Arpita
that.
says कि बड़ों को पढ़ाना है. Here all of us, we need to know that we all have to learn the art of being happy. Eventually all of them are working towards making the other one happy with their different modalities. I'm coming to you, Neha. You said that you're an entrepreneur as well.
Yes.
Now, how do you manage to, play so many roles, being an entrepreneur, life coach, mommy,
And a single
wifey,
mom.
and a single
And a
mom?
single mom.
Wow, and a high regards to you for that because
Yes.
because again it comes as a challenge.
Of course,
Yes.
of course.
Please tell us your story.
So I got married at an early age of 20 and eventually led me to being a single mom, and today I'm proudly a single mom of a 21-year-old and an 18-year-old, both heading off to college. And having said that, life through its challenges, not just relationship ways, a lot of different ways, financial challenges, all sorts of challenges. The biggest crux is how you gather yourself and how you react to those challenges. I've always believed in one thing: you have an option to either sit and regret or you can go and take action. So you can just sit and whine and you can create a party and a wallowing party, or you can go and take action for it. You can't change your circumstances, you can't change the people around you, but the only thing that you can change is take responsibility and drive in and make the most of whatever situation is there. And that is exactly what led me to first becoming an entrepreneur, because of course finances were important. So I was into the jewelry business and I still am. But along with that, I'm pursuing this passion of becoming a health and wellness coach, which is more towards guiding people towards the basics. And like the biggest thing I would want to say is, people usually say we eat right, we go to the gym, we are fine. And yes, I appreciate it and you are fine, but that's just 25% of you. 75% of you is your energy body. What about that? Who's taking care of that? So just give yourself that, give your soul what it needs, and go lead the best life possible.
Wow, this is such an amazing answer from coming. You like, of course, we are here celebrating women to be very strong, and we are so happy that we. Excuse me, क्या हुआ? इतने distraction हो रहे हैं. So मैं वहाँ यहीं से लेती हूँ. So what a wonderful thing to know from somebody who's handling all things by herself. Being a single mom is not that easy, but then if it's not that difficult also, we've got a great example. Now here we would want to talk to Shilpa. We are here in the patriarchal society, you know, it's a male dominated world, and we are celebrating Women's Day. How do you feel? Have you ever been dominated by a male person, or you really felt that, oh, it was quite a jiffy for me?
So I'm single and I've never been.
Okay.
So my dad is a very dominating and a very strong personality in our house.
Okay.
And that's the only man I have in my life who is dominating. But I have always dealt with him because I'm being the daughter, you can. But when I look around, people getting married into marriages where the man is dominating and he's the one who's ruling the whole house. I see they are sacrificing, compromising. They really don't care about any of their health, like Neha mentioned. None of them. The mental, the emotional, nothing. They are just a shadow of their husbands. And as they grow up, that leads to a lot of trauma, that leads to a lot of diseases in their bodies. So if you see women 40, 45 plus, 50 plus, there are so many health issues they have in their abdominal region down there, because they're storing all the traumas there. And this affects the girl child also, and even the men, because the children are affected with the environment. So everything is affected. It's just not one person, it's just not the wife, but the whole family. As they say that women, you know, the women is the one who forms the whole family. She's the one, she nurtures it. So if she's not healed and she's the one who's wounded, how can you expect the family to flourish? How can you expect the family to grow? So the root is always the female. She's the one who's nurturing it. So I always focus that, you know, the women of the house should be fully healed, and she should know her power. She should get her power back. And she should stand for herself, love herself. She should learn how to do that, because once she learns to love herself, it's not being selfish, because once she loves herself, she'll actually be the giver. Imagine how much love she will give to her family and to the world. Absolutely. Women are 1%, they are like the givers, they're abundant.
Yes. So beautifully put, Shilpa, and I would really from my heart want to put this across my audience once again. And this is very important for a lot of us. We are, we are suffering with a lot of such things. I'm here not discouraging my male friends, men is important, a men and a women, they have to go hand in hand. But we do see there are times that we are dominated, and then we need to heal ourselves. This is a beautiful thing. Moving on to you here, yes. Shikha ji, I would like to know here that while you were a small child, there are a lot of things that you've been put inside to you, like, okay, you have to being a girl, we are taught this way, okay, you're a small child, you have to be like this, you have to cover yourself, girls are not supposed to do that. This kind of a stereotype things, did they ever happen to you?
No, I was brought up in a family where I had 5 buas and lot of other girl childs.
Oh, wow.
And my father was very open-minded. And I am the eldest daughter.
Okay.
And eldest daughter is the first son. And I'm so privileged that my father brought me up like a boy child only.
Oh, wow.
And he used to always tell me that you were the responsible one for me. And I was never like dominated by anyone in my family, and I was given so many other opportunities like other of my friends did not have all those. In that past like 25 years ago, they were not allowed to take cars that much far, and I used to drive all alone here and there.
Wow.
And all the privileges like learning all the courses and doing like other education stuff.
So you were like a tomboy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That did not happen to me, so I cannot comment directly on that. Yeah.
No, that's a wonderful thing. So there are times when we put across such questions where we get totally a different answer. Here you were like a queen. You were never told that don't wear this, don't. And I'm so happy that your father gave you this kind of a hand. Go live your life.
And in addition to that, I found such kind of a husband also who was always inculcated in educating me. And from the beginning only, he only told me that do whatever you want. He asked me to get me into his business and learn all those things, and he trusted me a lot. And where I am today is all manpower. I truly agree that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we are, here authenticating here that of course our men in our life, they also support us. There are times that we don't get support, that's all right. But here we have an example. She's all been supported, and she's here all because of your husband pushed you. That's so nice. And my all my regards to him for doing that. Now, Arpita, we would like to know that work-life balance is a very difficult thing for women. And asked Neha also, how do you manage, because you say that you're a therapist, you're a life coach, and you're also a mother, right? Now this is a role which is a very difficult role as a woman to handle. Your profession and being a mother, you're always into this thought, what is he eating, what is she doing?
So I have a daughter. I have a 7-year-old daughter. Yes, it's not easy, but then yes, I would like to give the message that it's not easy, but it is not impossible. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये possible नहीं है. And women is so powerful that she can do anything she desires to once she commit to herself.
Correct.
So when you are working, you become more aligned towards your home also. I have seen this. A homemaker, a homemaker is especially taking care of her home, agreed. But when you are working, you are all the time balanced in each and everything. You know what is going in home, you know when everything has to be supplied, and when you looking at your children's education. Like for example, I had to go on a retreat, and my daughter had exams, so it was my responsibility कि उसके exam से पहले ही 15 days पहले ही I made her learn each and everything, that when it's her exam she'll not face any of the difficulties then. So yes, when you are working, I think you become more active, you become more conscious, you become more I would say productive that time, that you can manage all these areas of your life very nicely, your home also and your work also. And this gives you more of motivation when you are managing each and everything. This gives you more motivation to working towards the best of you can, because once you commit yourself to do anything, then no matter 100 of things. So वो बोलते हैं ना, एक माँ बाप भी बन सकती है, but एक बाप माँ नहीं बन सकती. That's true.
That's true.
That's
absolutely
really true.
fine.
A mother can take roles, a woman can take all the roles. Like, don't we see these days?
Absolutely.
Yes. But you will see that a husband or a man they have some issues like ego or something. They will not want to sit and take care of the home only. right? And we can take care of each and everything, I guess. Yeah.
Wow, very beautifully put. और like we always know that कि औरत को माँ दुर्गा का ही रूप बोला जाता है. She can do everything. We are bestowed with such powers to be maintaining, managing and maintaining everything in our lives. Now here I would like to come to you, Shilpa. I would like you to tell us that one advice for all our viewers who are watching you right now. That what should they do to have that balance in their lives?
First is self-love, and start standing up for yourself in small things. Maybe when you are what you have to make today, the women will go and ask everyone. But just small little changes like cooking something you love to eat today. Just small little bits, what you want to wear. Don't ask anyone, just open the cupboard, take a deep breath, feel, and just pick what you love doing. So those small changes will teach you and teach you how to stand up and be yourself and love yourself.
Wow.
Just small little changes, because you have to take small steps to get there.
Yes, absolutely. So small steps to be there. What you want in life is what Shilpa just told us. Neha, you are a health coach for sure. And I would say what advice, but I would also say that the best thing that I found in you, don't take me otherwise, but yes, that you are single-handedly doing so much. And I've got high praises for that. So with that, I would want you to advise the world. There are a lot of women suffering and they want to hear from the horse's mouth.
So my biggest advice to you would be, you are going to be wronged whether you're single, whether you're married, whether you're divorced, whether you have a child, you don't have a child, whether you're working or you're not working with a child. So you are wrong. So might as well claim your power and go for it, and go without guilt. There are enough people. For every one woman standing, there are 10 people waiting to pull you down. It's your job to shut them down and just walk forward and let your actions show. Just let your actions show. So just go get it without the guilt.
Superb. I just love this answer. I'm going to follow what you're saying. And yes, I'm coming back to you. A very strong-headed, now that I found that this very calm personality is a very strong-headed, a tomboy amongst us. Now I would want you to give that advice. How can somebody be like you?
Yeah. First of all, congratulations on this Women's Day, and gratitude to Simran
Thank you.
for being invited us here. And
a
my
pleasure.
suggestion is that women are pillar of society, because we have to be healthy, because we are pillar of society. We have to give back to society by nurturing our children, our family in all the ways, and we are nurturing the next generation, and this would be a give back to our nation also. Secondly, bending reality is not difficult. If you just want to bend your reality, sit, have a disciplined routine. Discipline, I want to break a myth. Discipline is not strictness. Discipline is a freedom, because when you follow your regime, your routine in early hours of the day, then see how free you have, how much freedom you have for other things. Follow your routine, follow your regime, have a nice meditation and journal routine, and see how things fall in place on its own. Thank you.
Superb. What a great advice that we have got right from Shilpa. She says that you have to follow a regime and just be happy. Eventually all of you, I'm so thankful that you're just making sure that everybody who's watching you get to know that, we have to be happy. Now, I want to know from Arpita also. We have a therapist, a very well-known therapist and a life coach with us. Please tell us your advice.
So I would like to really advise that stop being victim and stand up in your power. Because women has always been seen and always been told that she is a victim. So stop being victim. Take up your power in your hand, because you can do whatever you want to do. If I can do, if the people sitting with me, my esteemed coaches here, they can do, so can you do. So step out of your little limitations which are holding you back, because limitations are the only thing which they are holding. And limited belief pattern, please step out from that. And you are the creator of this universe, yeah. So you just acknowledge your power and take back it now.
Yes.
I would say that.
This is indeed a very
nice.
powerful session today. We just got to know from Arpita that, realize that your power and it's really needed for all of us, and especially while we are celebrating Women's Day, this realization was very, very important. I would like to thank all of you from the bottom of my
Thank you so
heart.
much.
Thank you so
We
much.
are, like, for us on Newsmakers, like we've always been saying, this is the show where we want people to, to get inspired, and Newsmakers is all about that. We aspire to inspire all of you, and I'm sure this episode will inspire all my women friends that you need to take a stand. In case you're still faltering, please come up, say your things, and just live your life, because all of our wonderful guests have been ensuring that you should be happy. Once again, thank you each of you.
Thank you,
so
Simran.
much.
Happy
And a
Women's
very,
Day.
very happy International
Women's
Day,
Day.
to everyone. Thank you, my dear viewers. This is Simran signing off, and I promise that I am going to bring to you yet another very dynamic panel of women on our International Women's Day. So stay tuned and stay hooked, and yes, stay happy.